Hey, brother Joe, Jack Mord, how you doing? So I don't know what kind of phone you have, so you might not be able to do this with your phone. This is a Samsung S9. If you have any sort of Samsung device, you should be able to do this. I'm not sure if you do have an Apple phone, you might be able to do this. And there are different programs too. But so that file that you gave me, I'm sorry, I don't want to go too fast. Okay, so I'll go back. The program that I use a lot is this eraser program right here. Okay, so if you go into Play Store and eraser, yeah, I already have it installed right there. So that's kind of what it looks like. Background eraser is what it's called. Once you load it up, you'll get the screen say load a photo. So this is your most recent high definition picture that you sent. And remove this. Once you select it, you just hit done. And it's really easy. You just hit this auto right here, and then you'll get a little target. So you just put the target on the white or black part, whatever you're trying to get rid of, and you let go. And then you do the same for the middle, and then you see you got to get rid of that. You can hit this little BG color right here. It'll change the background color so you can really see the white pop out. And there. So that got rid of all of that. See, with your other one, it was a lower resolution, so you could see like a lot of white still, and it just didn't look that great. So I had to clean it up a lot before. This one is going to look great when I hit done. So when you hit done, you have down here, right here, there's the smooth level. Its default is 1. You can either hit 2. You can see how it really got rid of the white. So if you go back to 1, you can still kind of see the white, but it loses the sharpness a little bit of the black. It kind of takes it out. So I don't think that would look too bad, because now the black's getting kind of blurry. So I'll try doing that and see how it looks. And so you save it, and then of course you get an ad. And then the main program that I use, and it's been the best, is this PixelLab right here. And so I'll show you. This is actually one that I was working on for you, just kind of mess around. So this is just basically lettering that I did. I just wrote out off the curb instead of putting your logo in. And what's cool, then you can put so down here at the bottom you have this the 3 little circles. That's all these. This is basically my different projects that I've saved. These are just kind of default different backgrounds, and the lettering has different thicknesses, and there's different styles. See, that one's 3D. I like to just do it myself. This A is all the lettering, so you have edit like the actual, if I hit edit, see, then you can change whatever, put a verse in or whatever. I'll leave that. You can copy it to the front, to the back. If you have multiple pictures on top, you can choose whatever you select. If you want that to be in front and back, position is just to move it around. Relative position, I don't use that. I don't know what that is. Size, it changes the size. I don't really use this padding. Color, if you wanted to change the color. Texture, I use a lot. It's pretty cool. You can basically just take any. Let's just use this gold just to show you. You can take anything and you can make it a texture, which is really cool. So like, let's say if I'll change the texture of this, I'll just make it that gold too. Gallery, scroll down, wallpaper, gold, boom. Okay, so alright, and I'll save this project because I'll probably come back and work on that. Off curve, gold, boom. Alright, so this is actually, I'm kind of glad that I have this one up right here, because I have the lettering, and then I have a picture and then another picture. So I'll take this curve, delete it, delete this, and now you see this. You see how I have the picture over it? If I select this and I hit this right here at the bottom, the very middle, that selects that image. Okay, so you have this opacity here, and see I have it at 44%. You can change it. See how it kind of fades it into the other picture? So I had it just like right about there. Let's see here. I expanded it, this picture. Oh wow, I think I just totally lost it. Oh well. So, yeah. Dang it. Alright, so this right here, if you go over to the next one, you can actually change your backgrounds. I have a whole bunch of different wallpapers. Let's just put this one. Oh, I don't like that one. It's got like a UFO. I could cut the UFO out, but this one's cool. Okay, so now that most recent off the curb cutout is what I'll call it. If you want to add that up here, you see the plus sign. You just hit the plus, say from gallery. So this is the most recent one, off the curb. You can kind of make it more of a box if you want, or just hit OK. It doesn't really matter. And there it is. It loads it up. See, you can still kind of see the white a little bit, but it's actually not too bad. But what I like about it now is it's a lot more sharp. It's yeah, it just looks a lot better. So I'll kind of show you some really cool things that you can do from here. I know we're already at 8 minutes and 45 seconds. So if you go back to this middle tab, that's when you actually get selected on the image. You can go, I use shadow a lot because that really makes it pop. I usually just initially take the blur radius down off, and then you can just offset the axis, the X right here. I usually do it like right about 15, negative 15, and then positive 15. Right about there. So now once you get that set, then you can kind of put in the blur radius. And you can kind of see it change in there in the background. And you can offset it more too. Let's do like that, 17 or 18 and 18. That looks good. And then you can make it different colors too. See, you can make it glow like I've done a few times. I think I used that. You know, you kind of get the idea. But you can do some really cool stuff with this. I mean, because you kind of have a blue background, but I usually just try to stick with like a orange, or you could just stick with black. It just sticks out a little bit more. And you know, you can actually just leave the shadow black, and then you can go into this either emboss, or if that's how you pronounce it, or the stroke. The stroke is really cool. So that'll outline everything. And then you have your stroke width right here. I've used this a lot to really make it stand out off the curb. And then you've seen I've used yellow or gold. I think I used this gold. Yeah, see, that looks really good. So you still have the shadow in the background, but now you kind of have the outline of the off the curb. All right. Last thing, I mean, you could really you can't really mess it up. You can. This perspective is really cool here. You can kind of just take this and drag it down. Let's see here. Get rid of that. Let's go do this again. Turn it on, and then you can kind of see if I move it around. You can mess around with how it looks, and the 3D is really cool. Excuse me. Wow. Okay, so if you hit this 3D, that's how you get that kind of effect where it makes it look like it's popping out. What's really cool is the 3D rotation. So you can either rotate it like this. Let's just put this back. Or you can rotate it sideways. So you have your 3D rotate, shape, perspective, shadow, inner shadow. I use this emboss a lot. It kind of makes it look like your lettering like pop out, because you can kind of see it puts like a not a shadow, but it puts a light on the top of the lettering, and then you can change like the where you want the light to hit it. So in your background picture, if you have a light like up in the right hand corner, you know, you can kind of focus the light over to the right hand side, and then if you go down, you can change like how intense you want the light. You can kind of see it right there. And let's do 70. This, I think, is the overall light. Oh, yeah. So it's just something you just kind of, you can play around with it until you find something, you find what you like. You know, that's basically what I do. That's why I think it's kind of fun, this program. Whatever you're making changes, you want to make sure that you have it selected. So yeah, there we go. We're at 13 minutes long. I don't want this to be too crazy long, but yeah, this is the program that I use. And then you can add more stuff too. I mean, if you want, you can add a text. And there you go. And then you can go in. Then you can change the font. And it's kind of cool because it'll show you what the fonts look like before. You can kind of preview it. I really like this capture it. It's kind of cool. And go to size. And they also have this curve thing that's kind of cool, so I could bend it. Like that. What the heck? How come it's not letting me position? Huh. That's weird. I'm trying to spin it back the other way, but it's not letting me. So, anyways, yeah. You can also go in with your font that you just made. You can go in and add in a different texture, just like that for fun. Oh, you can barely see it, but there you go. You kind of get the idea. So, yeah. I just wanted to show you that. I know you're probably sleeping. I think it's 5:33 here. I think last time I checked, it said it was like 11 o'clock there, so 11:30 or something. But yeah, Lord bless you, brother, and I will keep on making these for you. So maybe someday we can do like a Google. I use this Google Duo. It's kind of a video chat program, just kind of chit chat or whatever. So, or over the phone, whatever. I think it's probably better if you do it over this kind of the phone. But yeah. So Lord bless you, and yeah, I'll talk with you later. All right, see you, Joe.